Must be nice to just be able to lounge while the nerd does all the work.
Bet you never seen a budget video like this before on YouTube. How much can we spend this month?
We're here at the middle of February. Not insert a loud burp.
Whoa!
Alright. Get them all situated. Jeez.
We had to change the sheets.
I was freaking out. I was like, holy crap, this is like $1,300.
Wasted a whole batch of brownies.
It's $4,063.
So that's 2 boxes of freaking brownies that
They
have
were
been
so,
wasted.
But, well, we ate them. Speaking of that, while we're on that, just real quick, because like I swear every video this gets asked about selling the car. On an average day, if you're like hanging out with all your friends and they're having margaritas, it would be really hard to just be like, oh no, I'm not gonna have one when you really love margaritas. If you're pregnant, it's just like, well, I knew I couldn't anyway, this is not a big deal.
Right.
You know? Our bedroom flashes, the lights flicker. Now I got a ring light in my glasses, but if I take them off, I'm not gonna be able to see the budget. And that's how I used to live my life, and that's how we got in the position we're in now. You have to make sure you look at the budget. That light's a little bright.
Ah.
Hey, welcome to the shot. You're gonna just be back here, Aladdin. Must be nice to just be able to lounge while the nerd does all the work.
Hey, here we go.
I feel like I should take off my glasses now because they're...
I know what you were going with.
My glasses.
It's only appropriate that we ended the last one with the Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah. Hey, welcome back to Valentine's Day night. Y'all didn't know what you were gonna get.
And here we are.
Just kidding, it's definitely Monday and it's not Valentine's anymore.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another video.
You wanna sit up a little? You're like this big.
I don't care. I'm like, this is the most comfortable. What? Why are you gonna mess up the shot now?
Cause you were too little.
Here she goes with the symmetry, y'all. Oh my gosh, get out your graphing calculator. and your
graphing paper? Where's your graphing paper? Do you see how we don't fit?
We're gonna name our next kid Pythagorean.
I hope people, okay, you really can't see my eyes, but I'm sorry, I can't see it all. I hope people understand that you're not really this big. You look really small. It's fine, you can be back there. I mean,
a whole new
it's fine.
world.
See, I just couldn't see your muscles when you're back there.
Close your eyes.
Hey.
A fantastic point.
Who notices what's different about this video?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Budgeting in the Bed. Bet you never seen a budget video like this before on YouTube.
Welcome.
Well, now you have, because we're about to get our
budget on.
Dividends added up.
We are definitely not going to multiply that. That is not the plan.
Oh my gosh. If you saw the little quick clip in the beginning, we had to change the sheets.
We have some sick
Not because
kid.
of multiplying.
Oh gosh.
But because we have had influenza running rampant.
Yes.
I don't know.
Our daughter Gaines has the flu, and so it has been a little bit of a different day today. It is currently 10:24 p.m. and real life, sometimes the budget meeting ends up having to happen at 10:24 p.m. after the kids have gone to bed, and you go on and film your video and you do your work at that time. Hey, if you're new, I'm Katie and this is my husband Cullen, and we are on the wrong sides. That's what I was asking, if they noticed anything different. But this is the side we sleep on in the bed.
About the bed.
I know, I thought you would think that. I was trying to trick them.
Think about that.
Like Brooks, fricked ya.
Oh my gosh,
we're on the wrong side, but it just, like, you can't be in the bed on a different side than you're actually usually on, because that would just be weird. So we're just gonna be on the wrong side. If it bothers y'all, I'm sorry. We'll be back to our regular sides hopefully soon. We're here at the middle of February. Not insert a loud burp.
Whoa!
If there was a fake burp in there, it was not me. That was not real. Stop. It was literally silent. That's an old Cullen move right there. Oh my my gosh. Anyways.
Woo-wee. I was thinking we should do a budget committee meeting one night with Tape Face Tuesdays. Like,
oh my gosh.
do it. Could you imagine having her?
If y'all are old school, you remember what Tape Face Tuesday is. Anyways, you had said this was gonna be a short video.
I laid down and you thought I was small, but here we are. Welcome back to another video. And I was out raking the leaves tonight and getting the house ready while Katie was doing the budget.
It was one of those, like, the kids are out of school for President's Day too, and so, well, obviously Gaines is sick, but Brooks was also out of school because of President's Day. And so it was like, I'm gonna have to do this budget because, like, we need to put the money in our envelopes for the second half of the month. Stop. With that, stop. It's not real burps. Bills that have to be paid and all the stuff. So I was like, y'all watch a movie, Cullen's raking the leaves, I'm gonna just get this stuff all situated. And so went through and got it all done. We haven't actually even talked about anything yet at all. So we're just gonna kind of do that live.
These are like my best type of budget committee meetings right here. In the bed, I love this. Okay,
and I've already done all the work.
Go ahead.
You didn't even have to be here for it. But the thing is, I've been debating because this was our very first month to actually do the budget and put the money in the envelopes and all the stuff. And so I've been debating, like, was it actually better that we budgeted out the entire month first, not knowing, we were pretty sure we were gonna get a paycheck in the middle of the month, but as y'all know, there were some payments that didn't come through and all that. Was it good that we went ahead and budgeted out the entire month, or should we have only budgeted for those 2 weeks? But in this case, I was glad that we had already budgeted out for the whole month because it made it so much easier mid-month to not have to have another, like, 2-hour-long meeting. Where I was able to just be like, hey, this is what we already budgeted.
Kind of pick up where we left off.
Let's make sure this all still makes sense.
Right.
Let's make sure nothing else has surprised us or been added in or taken away or whatever else. And so I just basically kind of went through, paid bills, balanced everything, and figured it all out.
So real quick though, before we get into it deeply, truly, madly. Truly, yes. Late night budgeting committee meeting. That does happen. So to catch y'all up to speed, I don't know if we've talked about this since our last video, but we found out that we had so many funds. Did we talk about that on the Southwest card?
Oh my gosh.
Real quickly, we had, one of y'all suggested that you check your Southwest card flights or something like that. Your reward points.
Yeah, from your credit card.
We had 130,000 points, and we were able to go in and get, like, all these gift cards and stuff that we're still waiting on. When somebody
said, like, they cashed them in for cash back, I was like, I'm pretty sure, like, I am 100% sure almost that ours is just for Southwest flights.
Yeah,
like,
right.
you can only book Southwest flights.
We were saving up for, like, a flight to Bahi or Tahiti, or what is it?
Well, we just hadn't used them because we hadn't had the money to do the rest of the paying for other traveling stuff other than just, like, paying for a flight. And so we were holding on to it, and I was like, if there's, like, some emergency or somebody has something that everything else is paid for, we'll have a flight. And I went in, you could cash it in for gift cards. So we got $500 in Walmart gift cards, $500 in Shell gift cards, $250 in Amazon gift cards, 3 $25 Amazon gift cards for, like, end of the year teacher gifts. I mean, obviously I do prefer shopping at Aldi for groceries, but for the Walmart stuff, that's where we get, like, our cat litter, our off-brand Pediasure, pull-ups, cat and dog food, all that stuff. The Shell gift cards, our Shell with our rewards points, or rewards little system or whatever, ends up usually being cheaper than the Walmart gas with the, like, 5 cents off per gallon, and it's really closer to us than Walmart anyway, so, like, that's a bonus. Amazon is where we get, like, it's cheaper for you to get your fish tank salt and your fish tank supplies, and then, like, any other unexpected
Play it safe with Amazon. You can get, like, anything in 2 days. Like,
right. Yeah. So anything that we might need there. And then obviously for the end of school stuff. But that was huge because basically once these come in, which they haven't yet, and Cullen's still skeptical, it's not real. I was freaking out. I was like, holy crap, this is like $1,300 in stuff that we're about to get. It was crazy.
It was one of those, like, blessings that you don't see foresee coming.
Totally. Everybody's like, do not spend $400 on your tithe and giving money to your church. Like, you can cut that out because you just don't even have that much right now. And then it's just like, look how it ends up coming back ×3. You know?
So if y'all have any rewards points out there for flights or anything, check them out. It was literally like shopping at any store you could imagine. Yeah. Like picking and choosing.
They had so many other, I mean, they had, like, pet stores and stuff, but we thought it was a safer bet to get, like, the Walmart ones. And then
we tried to be reasonable.
The dog and cat food would be there. And so, I mean, we're not going to go spend them all willy-nilly. Like, we're going to still budget them and put them into the budget and spend them responsibly.
I don't know if we should touch on this or not, but we've had 2 showing requests, and I've tried to bake 2 batches of brownies.
Yeah.
And both times it's been a complete fail.
Yes.
If y'all follow me on Instagram, I've been posting those. But yeah, the first showing request that we had.
It was amazing. I started laundry. I was like, it's gonna smell so good in here. It's gonna smell like fresh laundry on one side of the house and baked brownies on the other side of the house.
And then come to find out, we saw the security cameras on the outside of the house when they pulled up. 2 minutes later, they backed down. We texted the realtor and we're like,
I'm not sure did
they get the wrong house, like, or was that like
something happened?
Something happened. I don't know if they had like kids sick that called them all of a sudden or something. I was just like hoping for the best, you know.
Like hoping they're gonna be right back. Like maybe somebody had to pee.
They had to, like they had some issue that they'll be right back. Well, and he sent us a text and said they didn't like the color of the brick outside. Wasted a whole batch of brownies. Well, we didn't waste them, I ate them.
I mean, well, because I had reposted Cullen's story and said, well, either way, we're gonna end up with brownies. You know, and it was funny because obviously they didn't even come in the house. He didn't even smell the freaking brownies.
Didn't even walk in.
If you'd have just gone in, you'd have bought the house because it smelled like brownies. Like, isn't that why you put pictures online? I mean, the picture online.
I'm like, did they not see the brick of the color of the brick on? Yeah, exactly. And then the next batch of brownies the next day.
Oh my gosh.
Back to back.
You had planned it right to like the 30 minutes. So you were like, we'll have them baked right in time. When we leave, they'll come right out.
Still had leftover brownies from the night before. Barely. I almost ate them all because I was so pissed.
Emotional eating.
Baked them like 30 minutes before. We get a text from the realtor saying, can they come sooner than their scheduled appointment time?
Well, just like, hey, can they come early? I mean, we could have said no, but we were like, well, I mean, everything else is ready.
Push them away.
Sure.
So put them in the oven. 5 minutes later, took them out, put them in the refrigerator.
So they didn't even get baked because we were like, well, shoot, never mind.
So that's 2 boxes of freaking brownies that have been wasted.
But well, we ate them, so they weren't totally wasted.
Yeah,
but after the first one, I was like, see, Cullen, God's just telling us, like, y'all quit trying so hard. It's going to happen when it's going to happen.
Thank you for your suggestions, but we're not going to cook any more brownies.
And so the second time, he was like, I mean, should I even try again? And I said, well, I mean, if you want more brownies, it's fine, and we'll just, like, let's just see. And then after that, I was like, all right, whatever. It's a sign. Like, just brownies obviously aren't the thing. And in the middle of that one where people came early was when Gaines had the flu, and I'm like carrying her to the car. I'm like, you can just lay down, it's fine. We'll just drive right around the corner. We don't even have to leave the neighborhood. Like, it's all good. So that's been the joy and interesting experience of this whole
frustrating and stressful
process.
All in the same.
We're just glad to have people coming to look at it at this point, but that's a whole different discussion about the house.
Anyway.
And all that. So, okay, all right. Get them all situated. Jeez. They can see you on the camera messing with your nuts.
How much can we spend this month? This has actually been very mentally adjusting for me because in the past, your birthday's on March 7th. Valentine's is on February 14th. So for the guy, for me.
You're getting it easy this year. You're like, oh, no, we can't spend any money. I don't have to buy you anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like financially this year or this month or whatever, typically in the past, I would spend like $100 on you.
100? You spend like 500 probably.
Right.
Just like random stuff.
And then by the time my brain and my emotions and everything like settles down, it's March 1st. And I'm like, oh crap, her birthday's in 7 days.
For Valentine's Day, it's been 100.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it financially has been like relieving to know that we just went in and exchanged gifts. By the way, if you missed that video, go check it out. But like,
oh yeah, that was fun.
I don't know, I just feel like a different freedom in a sense.
Oh yeah,
knowing that we're on the same page as far as all this goes versus like
the guilt-free stuff.
More money on you, even though, you know, I would love to spend money on you, but it's like
right. But it's like the actual, like, even with selling the golf cart, we thought it would be like so sad and terrible. Kind of like we thought it'd be so sad and terrible not to get Valentine's gifts, but it was almost like more of a relief to not spend that money or whatever. So
we haven't missed it. Really.
I do know that in the past when we were on our Dave Ramsey budget back when we first got married, I remember our Valentine's budget specifically, I remember it being $20 each or $25 per each of us because we didn't have kids. So that would basically cover a card, which was like $7 or something stupid.
Why do people do cards, really, honestly?
Well, I do like to go back and read some of the old ones, but we can just take a picture of them.
I like texting, yeah, that was a good idea.
We would spend $20 each, and so you would get me, and I mean, it is kind of special, so I do think in the future, I would like to put like a little small budget, because it's nice to get like a new perfume or something you're gonna use. You would usually get me pajama pants or something, because I love pajama pants, but like some little candy or something like that. In the future, I don't think that we will totally continue to totally X that out, but I think we will be very much more disciplined and conscientious about it, because then you don't have the guilt and the like, oh crap, I just spent like all this money, I don't even know what I spent, I just went and bought a bunch of stuff.
But it was for the love. That was how I used to justify it. I was like, yeah, but it's for Valentine's Day, so you can't get mad at me.
Totally, right? I guess not.
Okay, sorry. Anyway,
okay, so as I said before, it was kind of nice because we had already done the whole thing. I was watching a Budget Mom video the other day, and she showed her like actual sheet and her method of like how she figures it all out, which I mean, I had never really thought that the way that I might do it is different than the way somebody else does it. But I don't know if I showed this last time, and I don't even know what I was on here, so I don't know that I necessarily want to show everything, but there's 2 columns right here and here, and there's the business on one side and the personal on the other side, and it's numbered like, you know, day 1 through 30 or whatever. This is February, so 29. And then I have written in there which bills I know will come out. So like on hers, she had a block calendar, like, you know, regular wall calendar, like with the little blocks, and she had the bills written in. So I just saw this other day, and this is how I had mine previously. So I didn't base this on anybody's idea. I just kind of was like, what visually makes the most sense for me, which I think is important to figure out the method that works best for you. So far, this works well for me. I like seeing it all in a row. When I see it with like everything all across the page, it's a little bit more confusing. I like to go down and be like, okay, we're here in the business, we're here in the personal, they're separate. But I have to also, I'm the accountant for both of them, so I gotta keep track of both of the things. I have on here each thing that I know comes out, like when the power bill, the water bill, the car insurance, minimum payments are due that we're not using in the snowball right now. It was easy because I had done all of February for all of those things to look at it halfway through and be like, okay, we're here. So for the next part, this is how much we have left. These are the bills that are going through. And as things came up throughout the month, the stuff that I wanted to make sure I remembered to put in there, like my car tag was due, the Valentine's, which that was taken care of previously, and then like the daddy-daughter dance and that kind of stuff. So as things would pop up that I was like, don't forget that, I added them on there. That's where we stand on the method that I was using to keep track of all this, because I don't think we even showed that before, did we? So. We did end up getting our payment on the 15th, so that was good. Today, what I did was I went through and I made sure that all the payments were made as we budgeted for the entire month. There was like some that I left in there for mortgage payment from the first half of the month that's just sat in the account, and so that got contributed to the second half to go towards that. I'd also left a little cushion just because I was freaking out that something random was gonna go through I didn't know about. So I made a payment in our snowball that was a minimum payment. I did the tithe. So the actual number, it was $4,063. I added that in to the like little amount that was left in there that was going towards the next mortgage payment and all that, because we're trying to just kind of like catch up to get a month ahead or whatever, so that we won't always be just paycheck to paycheck. Like if we don't get paid, something crazy is gonna happen. That makes the fact that our tithe would be $411. The $500 minimum payment that we had to make to somebody that we owe money to. I made the minimum payment on our $5,000 MasterCard bill, which was $133. I went ahead and paid our gas bill, which usually is on auto pay and it goes through on the 28th. That was $206, which that is way higher in the winter when it's been cold. I hope auto pay doesn't like run something else. Like it shouldn't if it's $0.
I hope not.
But anyways, I went ahead and paid that, so it was done. Oh, and I went ahead and paid my car tag, which like never something that we do on time.
What about the other one?
Well, that goes from the business, so I had a note on here.
Yeah.
Once this next payment comes in, we're supposed to get a payment in like 3 days. Our business vehicle, the car tag renewal, is like overdue on that vehicle. We had enough money to go through payroll. On the business side, I went through and paid our $39,000, or it's down to like $38,000 on that credit card now. The minimum payment on that was $1,013. I went through and paid that payment. And then I have a note to myself that when this payment comes in like 3 days, that is what is going to go towards paying the car tag. And that was also, that car tag was also part of our Get Current.
Oh, we get
totally done.
The whole Get Current page will be done.
Yeah, it'll get colored in.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, while we've been driving the other car too, if y'all noticed in the last video.
And speaking of that, while we're on that, just real quick, because like I swear every video this gets asked about selling the car. We have mentioned that that is kind of on our list of things to consider.
I was gung-ho for it.
Well, no, we really were. We went in and we're like looking up estimates and all this. First of all, the first thing is we would kind of break even on it. We really wouldn't make but like maybe $1,000, $2,000 because of our payment. The second point, we're totally not opposed to selling it in general, just to get rid of the payment.
Because we've got to work from home.
Right, and so we talked about being a one-car family, which is totally would be feasible for us. However, right now, while we're in this like multiple showings during the week that can pop up anytime, and if one of us is gone and we need to both go different directions or whatever else, we've used both of our cars at the same time multiple times in the past couple weeks. If you had asked me in November, there were very few times when we used both cars at the same time, and it would be doable.
Been probably 20 times in the past like 2 weeks that we're like, oh, I'm so glad we had 2 cars right now. Because there were times where like, I had to go somewhere, or you had to go take something to somebody, and I had to stay home. Gaines was sick, or you know, like not she wasn't
somebody
sick,
had
but
to go,
like there was
get
some
medicine or, you know,
something that happened that we're like we could have made something work in some of the instances. Like we would have had to schedule things a lot better and tighter, obviously. But
with showings,
so
we can't really schedule that right now.
Right, it's just like spur of the moment. Like we had some that were like showing in the next hour and a half,
2 hours, or whatever.
And it was just like,
so
gotta go.
As of right now, that's where that stands. Multiple Dave Ramsey podcasts and things I've listened to. I always like tune in when he's talking about the car. Multiple people ask about their car payments and their car value and all that. What I've heard him say is that it's not recommended that the car is worth more than 50% of your take-home income, like yearly take-home income. And ours is not, definitely not. His other point was if you can pay off your debt snowball within 2 years, including the car, and have the car and all the rest of your debt paid off in 2 years, he doesn't have a problem with you keeping the car. So I'm not feeling like super duper guilty right now about the fact that we're holding on to it right now while we're doing all this, and then we'll reassess once like all the multiple showings and all that stuff is hopefully over soon. But so right now I feel okay with that. People have asked about my car that is paid for, and like, why don't you just sell that and then you can buy something else. It's a 2012, like it's not like it's a brand new fancy worth a crap ton of money car.
And it's paid for.
It's paid for, and like, so it's not causing us any financial strain at all. Yes, it is something that we could make a little bit of money for and then buy another car, or just, but like we said, we can't do the one car thing at this very moment.
We've thought of it in both instances.
We've flip-flopped it.
We've thought about every scenario. We've thought about every aspect of it, and we've thought deeply about it. And
I mean, there's lots of decisions we're making at this point in life.
We're making a lot of things behind the scenes.
And so we're just kind of like riding this out for a minute as we kind of get our ducks in a row, as we figure out what's about to happen with the house and all that stuff. So for right now, we're hanging on to the cars. We are not opposed at all to like selling one of them or doing one car for a while or whatever. We need to get through what we're doing right now. And our mental state is so like
done.
I mean, like there's a lot right now. So basically I went through and paid all the bills, and that was the first time that I have like just gone through and paid all the bills on time, in the middle of the month, ahead of time, not last minute.
You came out while I was working the yard and you were like, we're all caught up, I think, except for anything random that may populate. I was like,
I'm worried about.
What? I was like, so impressed.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was very exciting. And I mean, it just felt good to be, like, it felt like I used to have the feeling when we lived in the garage apartment that I like got excited when our paycheck came in and then the bills would come in, so I'd know how much they were gonna be. That was like before you could see them all online. This was like in the ancient days. And I had to wait for the paper bill to come in and be like, yes, I can write that. It's out of my checking account and I don't have to worry about it.
Would you say it was like financial peace?
We honestly needed to have a budget meeting and talk about the envelopes again before we distributed them, because it was our first month and as things change, but we just couldn't today.
Can I just say the mentality there with the envelopes has been so much different in the past few weeks too, because there were times when just yesterday, I think it was, I went to the gas station with one of those gas cards that we had because you're full.
Oh yeah, you're like, the gas light came on.
I was like, the gas light came on. we had a showing, I'm gonna go fill up, I'll be back. As I was leaving the gas station, I was like, there's Walmart and there's something we needed, elderberry, something like that. But I didn't have the envelopes. They were still in the back of your car or something like that. But it was just one of those mental things where I was like, I knew we just got that paycheck that came in that we just mentioned previously.
And we hadn't distributed envelopes.
But we haven't had our budget meeting yet. We haven't distributed it into the envelopes yet. And I was like, I am not gonna bust the budget, even though I can say, well, I just did this, and then you can go back and look at it, and then we can distribute that cash.
Or we can like take that out.
We can take that and switch it back over later. And I was like, no. I'm just gonna wait a day. It's not that big of a deal. It's not gonna make or break the end of the day. I'm just gonna go get the gas and then go home. But I sat there and I contemplated, and I was like having this like mental internal struggle, and I was like, oh, I could just run in there and be done and not have to worry about it. But then I was like, no, we haven't done the budget. Like just doing this is all mentally shifting everything. It's crazy.
But it's a good feeling. I feel
it was great.
I feel like previously though, we would have thought like, God, that would be so stressful though. Like you can't just run into the store and get something, but you like.
It's self-discipline.
It's kind of like
self-control.
Yeah, it's that. But
delayed
then you
gratification.
Feel good about it, and it doesn't bother you that much because you know you can't. Like this may be a really random comparison, but like you can't drink when you're pregnant. On an average day, if you're like hanging out with all your friends and they're having margaritas, it would be really hard to just be like, oh no, I'm not gonna have one when you really love margaritas. If you're pregnant, it's just like, well, I knew I couldn't anyway. This is not a big deal.
Right.
You know?
It was a whole freeing experience for me personally.
Good job. I'm proud of you for not doing that.
Delayed gratification. It wasn't urgent, but it was just one of those things that it was like being the guy that would just go rather get the pizza from the place as opposed to have somebody deliver it. I'm just like, go get them and get it done and yada yada. We
did have a little bit, I wouldn't even consider it a splurge, but because we still did have money left over in our Valentine's category.
That just totally negates everything we just talked about.
No, it doesn't though. Yeah. It really doesn't. It doesn't, because I'm actually really glad we did it. I have no buyer's remorse for this.
I have zero
buyer's remorse for this. Because I feel like it's something we've been wanting to do for a while.
It still negates the whole purpose.
No, it doesn't, because we did have that money left in our Valentine's budget. We had only spent like $27 on Valentine's and we had $50 budgeted. You know?
But it wasn't, well, I guess, yeah.
And I hadn't taken out cash for Valentine's.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew that we were spending it on the debit card.
That makes, okay, no, yeah, that makes more sense.
Because at the time,
you're right,
when we got the envelopes out, we had forgotten to calculate Valentine's in, and so I left the Valentine's money in there.
Yeah, that's totally makes
sense. So what we're talking about is, we realized on Valentine's Day, randomly, Gaines was like, when are we gonna get to see Frozen 2? My friends are singing Frozen 2 all the time at school, and I was like, well, you know, we just don't have it in our budget right now to go see it in the movie theater, but maybe it'll be out soon, and you know, let me check and look it up. And I had in my head like end of February, which is when it comes out on DVD. But I looked it up and it came out February 11th on iTunes. And so I was like, which is like $19.99.
You sent me a text.
And I was like, did you know? And so we had kind of like, I don't know, I'd already in my head been like, okay, we ended up with like our $20 left in our Valentine's budget, so I guess that can go towards something else. Once I saw that, I was like, they have been waiting since whenever it came out in the movies, and we told them we couldn't go see it in the movie theater. They've been waiting for this.
And it happened to be on movie night on a Friday night.
It was Friday night, it was Valentine's night, it was movie night. They were already excited about movie night. We were just gonna watch like Moana, which we had already had from a long time ago. And I was like, let's just do it, because we've got the $20 left in our Valentine's budget. I would say it was spur of the moment, but it wasn't like totally a whole unthought out thought. So we bought it, and oh my gosh, they were so excited. And that movie has been watched, especially since Gaines ended up getting the flu the day after Valentine's Day. It's been watched at least 8 times in the past 3 days.
I was gonna say 12 times. If I were to like legit, because
they watched it Valentine's night, and then they got up the next morning and immediately watched it. Later that day they watched it. Yesterday they watched it at least twice, and today
I even wanted them to watch the first one, or I wanted to watch the first one again to try to figure out what was going on in the second one, and I got sucked into the first one, and we had a showing coming, and I was like, I gotta stop.
It's been a good thing for her to be able to like just chill and watch movies.
Also, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I got some fresh snips, and those were with a gift card as well.
Yes. So
we found another gift card.
Yes, from that brand deal that we did back in December. There was still
just blessings on blessings.
A little bit. So we still have our $25 in our beauty envelope. Oh, and then when we needed the elderberry, you were looking through.
That's insane too.
You were looking through my wallet because we had a Whole Foods gift card from Christmas, and we like to get our elderberry from there because when it's like a serious time, usually we get the like Walmart brand gummies or whatever, but when we actually get the flu, we like to get it from there. Cullen could not find that gift card, but found a Walmart $20 gift card that, like, I swear to Jesus, this summer when we like had no money, I went through all my gift cards and I was like, I've got to find a Walmart gift card so we can get some groceries. How was that in there?
I don't know. And then I found a $115 Apple card.
It was basically like $50 worth of stuff from this weekend, your hair and then the elderberry and that stuff, that we ended up just having like provided from old gift cards from who knows when.
It's been crazy.
It's crazy. So the envelopes, basically.
Oh my gosh, we still have to do the envelopes too?
Well, that part should be quick.
Okay.
When we did them from the beginning of the month. So here's what our envelopes are for this month. I'm just gonna go through and tell y'all. We did $400 in groceries again because we had budgeted $800 for the whole month. And I think we actually, we did end up spending all of it towards the end because we used the grocery money for the Valentine's Aldi pizzas. I think that's what we used that for. We got our $400 for groceries, which I honestly don't even really think that we're gonna use that much because we did stock up so much at the beginning.
Yeah, we've been good.
We used it for cat litter, laundry detergent, and for some bigger things. $25 is going into restaurants or eating out, which I don't think we touched the $25 from the first half of the month, right?
No.
So I don't know how other people do it, but I know that sometimes we would just say, okay, well, we still have 25 in there, so let's just leave it and not add 25 more and put that 25 towards something else. There's that 25 still in there. The new 25 is gonna go in here because I would rather have this cushioned up to like 100 and then maybe stop, just in case. You know, like we said before, somebody has a dinner out that we need to go to, or we decide like one night to take the kids once a month out to Mexican because they freaking love Mexican. Our fun envelope, $40, which I think we did end up using that. Yes, we did end up using up our fun envelope for the first 2 months. That for us, we don't count that just as like going to fun activities, but we buy like if we want some wine or like alcohol or whatever, we'll put that in there. Things that aren't a necessity, even if it's like a fun food or something like that. Technically, the Frozen movie would have come out of that. We did end up using that up.
Oh, I want to get a box of Gushers next time we fill that thing up. Oh, I saw those the other day at Walmart and I just had to walk by them.
We're running real low on like, I like to have a little like candy treat after dinner, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we are so low on Skittles or Reese's. So
the self-control and the delayed gratification this envelope system teaches you is crucial.
We're digging through old Valentine's candy from 3 years ago. School extras, we had put, I think, 20 in there the first part, and I'm putting 10 in there for this time. $15 that goes into the pet envelope. We did use up the pets. We got them some dog treats that they needed. $15 going towards miscellaneous. So there's some change in there. There may be like $1 and change in there, but we used the $15 for miscellaneous for the first half of the month. And then prescriptions, help, and vitamins. We did use that to fill a prescription. So there's actually $80 from this month going into that. I think we'd mentioned before.
Yeah, we don't need that much anymore.
No, but I'm almost out of some of my vitamins, like my vitamin B and vitamin D. I'm about out of those. So I need to get some more of those. We had used a manufacturer coupon to get a $75 prescription pulled down to $30. Many of y'all mentioned goodrx.com, and that did have some good.
Not for ours.
Well, yeah, it didn't really help too much with one of them, but there was another one that it ended up bringing it down a little bit. So it may be helpful, but definitely if you have prescriptions, look it up on there.
Bringing that back up for your testosterone pellets and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not covered on insurance. Oh, you mean bringing that up?
Envelope.
I know, because I haven't been able to get that done, and it'd be nice not to want to kill everybody.
Amen.
After all the envelopes are taken out, there's $600 left that will go towards, so this is the part that we need to discuss. This will have to be the next video because we'll let y'all know what we decide. We have to decide whether we have a $300 as the bottom of our snowball, and then the next one up is a $700. We could go ahead and knock out the $300, and then we'll still have $300 left. We also need to talk about starting a birthday envelope for both the kids. And then tonight I was reminded that Easter's coming up, so somebody's gotta pay for
and your birthday,
eggs. Oh, well, and my
and
birthday.
St. Patrick's Day, and April Fool's Day.
So anyways, we need to start
Mayday.
We need to start some sinking funds. We've talked about, like, we didn't do that at all the first round because we were trying to figure it out. So like for Christmas, starting those envelopes so that we can, even if some of them we're just putting $5 in right away, right now, we'll have that
Not
covered.
just having just a Valentine's card, but like a holiday envelope.
Right, for different holidays and all that stuff.
I never showed them the Detrus update either. I
don't
colored in
think
25
Oh, did you?
tiles. I even did like a whole time lapse on it, but I never showed it.
When we count in the fact that I just paid minimum payments on like 3 other things, the 500, the 133, and the 1,000, subtracting out interest. So anyways, that's that. I said we were gonna have a short video, then we have lots of business to cover. So there you go. Next video, we'll talk about what we're gonna do for the $600. If y'all have suggestions, feel free to leave them below. I do wanna have envelopes started for like holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to just put all that whole 600 towards immediate snowball. I don't feel like
No, because we have immediate, like not immediate, but things coming up
that I want to be prepared
that
for.
we need to like
or like other people's birthdays.
cushioning for. Right,
Or whatever.
right. We gotta plan it all out.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for watching this budget in the bed meeting. Y'all stay tuned for the next budget in the bed. If you like this format, let us know. I can sell, I mean, we can sell these shirts and stuff if we want to keep this budget in the bed thing going.
A budget in the bed? You want to make shirts that say budget in the bed?
I was talking about selling our shirts and we could be here topless in the bed. But if you want to make budget in the bed shirts, we can do that too.
Speaking of that, we're about to relaunch a bunch of our old shirts on Teespring if y'all are interested in those.
And there has been one comment that blew my mind as far as the t-shirt.
Somebody called it on what your idea
I had. It was literally the next day after I got out of the shower, and I don't think I approved it because I don't want to give it away. But
You didn't approve it.
no, but I'm gonna message you and tell you are a genius because you had the same thought I did.
But they even added
even to it, and it was even. But I don't know if I want to add all that like.
I think
past
it'd be
stuff.
kind of cute.
But anyway,
I think
only
it makes
one person.
more sense. I like it.
Not for
Not with the S on the end. Just
Oh, I see what you're saying.
as that's,
Yeah. Only one person in the comments has said something, the idea that I was thinking about with the, that blew my mind.
I know,
That
it was crazy. He sent it to me and I was
That's
like,
a screenshot. I was like, what? Oh my God, just can't believe it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next budget in the bed.
y'all go get your budget on.
In the bed, no discounts at this store.
Bye.
See you at HTMS. Get your lip tape.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that pillow came with